Hi everyone, my name is Sedup. I would like to welcome you to our webinar. Today I will introduce SYSTRONICS AR AP settlements. In the course of business, sometimes we sell to our vendors or purchase from our customers. As you know, in Sage 300, these entities are created as vendors and customers, and there is no link between them. AR AP settlements allows to link vendors and customers. It also allows to settle their transactions with each other. The product has a view to see the net balance of an entity. Today I will show how this can be done. Let me switch to Sage 300. In AR and AP settlements, one of the key concepts is settlement groups. Let me open the screen. This settlement group allows to link your customers and vendors. For example, in this sample database, I have a list of settlement groups. And on this particular one customer is linked to one vendor. But it is also possible to have a multiple linking. And in the next one, I have 3 customers to link to one vendor. And also, the next one customer is linked to 3 vendors. It is possible to have multiple customers linked to multiple vendors, as well as there is a possibility to have one-sided settlement group, which means just few customers are linked to each other or few vendors are linked to each other. In that case, a positive document of one customer or vendor is linked to a negative document of the same group. For example, on this one, we have just 2 vendors, in another one, just 2 customers. Now, when we created and we have set up the settlement groups, we can start making settling the document. How this can be done? The application has a special screen for that. Settlement entity screen. Let me open it from the batch list. To create one settlement entity, the first thing that I need to do is to select a settlement group. Let me select the group number 3, the same one which has just one customer linked to one vendor. The screen has receivables and payables tabs. In each one, it allows to select its first list the open documents of the customers and vendors belonging to these groups. Let me go to the receivables tab. As you can see here, we have 2 modes, select and direct. These modes are similar to the modes available in the receipt and payment entity screen available in AR and AP modules. If we are going to use direct mode, then we need to select manually the customer and then the corresponding open document of that customer. Otherwise, if we use the select mode, let me change the mode here and maximize the screen. In that case, all open documents will be shown in the grid, and you just need to select the corresponding document by just changing the apply column from no to yes. Let's imagine that we are just going to settle one document from the list, the second one. It is a debit note having a amount 159.5. I will select it by just changing the apply from no to yes. And now we need to find out another document from the Payables tab for vendor open documents, from the list of vendor open documents. Then to settle with this document, I will go to Payables tab. Again, I will change the mode to select and specify some document having a positive balance. For example, this one. As you can see, the amount of this document is bigger than the document amount that we specified in the receivables part. So that is why when I will settle this document, in the corresponding column, we will see that only the part of the document will be settled, so that the amounts in both sides in functional currency will be equal each other. This information about the amounts can be seen here. The customer and vendor currencies are different. However, the settled amount in functional currency shown in the bottom are equal each other, and there is no difference. So the next step that I need to do is to save the settlement entry and post it. What will happen if I post the entry? In the real life, if we are going to settle two documents, it means that we are not going to pay, not to receive payments from the vendor and not to pay vendors, pay to that vendor. So in the Sage 300, we don't need to create a receipt and payment document. Instead of that, it can be done with settling by reducing the amounts using the adjustment functionality available in AR and AP modules. So when we post the entry, the application automatically will create adjustment in both AR and AP so that the amounts will be reduced. In AP, it will be reduced, and in AR, it will become zero. It will totally be settled that was selected debit note. So how we can check this? If I go to AR and AP modules, I will be able to see these generated adjustments. But I can just post them in both parts. The method of settling that I just did is a manual one. And it is possible to do semi-manual or automatic settling. How to do that? Let me show that by creating a new settlement entry. Again, I will select the settlement group. From the receivable part, I will select a document. Let's say the second one. The amount is quite big, 3,390. Why I'm paying attention to that amount? Because in the Payables tab, if I will have a look into the amounts of the open documents, I will see that there is no such document with $3,000 amount. The amounts are less. So I need, instead of just one document, I need few documents to settle with this selected AR document. Of course, it can be done again manually, but it is possible to automate this selection. For that purpose, I will use this auto apply checkbox. I will select it and click the go button. And now, as you can see, a big list of documents are selected, so that the unallocated amount again will become 0. So by just saving and posting, the documents will be settled. This was the second option of the setting. And now I will show how to make an automatic option for setting. Let me create a new entry. I will not post it. And now, instead of selecting any document manually, I will just click the automatic settlement option. What will happen if I click this automatic settlement option? It calculates total receivables and payables, settles the one which is less completely. In my sample company, receivables are less, then settled selected documents from the other side. On this confirmation pop-up, I will click yes, and the message will inform that documents automatically selected for settlement. Please verify before posting. So I will close this message. We'll go to the receivables tab. And as you can see, in the apply column, all documents are applied. So the amount in this receivables part was less, so the total list of documents are selected here. And if I go to the payables tab, I will see that part of the documents are selected and the remaining are not selected. So I'm ready now to again save and post the settlement. In the real business scenarios, what will be done next after settling these documents? Of course, the next step is to go and make a payment for the remaining documents. So after posting this settlement entry, the user should go to accounts payable module, open the payment entry screen, and make a payments for the remaining documents. Can it be done from here? Yes. The application has a feature allowing to make these pending remaining documents to make either receipt or the payment automatically. In order to do that, I just need to select this option available on the first transaction tab. Create receipt payment for the remaining balance. So I will show how it will work. Actually, when I select it, by default, it suggests to do the payment using the default bank CTB, its statement currency Canadian dollar. The same for the payment. So if I agree to do that, I just need to save the settlement entry and post it. Now the application creates the adjustment first. Later on, it will create a payment entry in the accounts payable module. So this can be seen by going to accounts payable module. First, if I go to adjustment batch list, I will see the batch generated by the ERP settlement application, as well as if I go to payment batch list, I will see a new batch generated for the remaining transaction. So if I open it, I will see that all the remaining open documents are paid. And this payment and adjustment can be posted from AP, and adjustment entry from AR can be posted. This is the main feature for the application. In addition to that, it has some inquiry screen, which will allow to see the balance of open documents of the one settlement entity group. So if I select the group, populate this screen, grids, I will see for each customer and vendor belonging to that settlement entity, outstanding balance in that customer currency and in functional currency. So in the bottom, we can see the amount, the net balance of the total settlement entity. In our case, it is a minus, which means that the balance of vendors are bigger than the balance of customers. Actually, this type of information also, it is useful to have when we are making receipt or payment entity. In order to get that information, the application has a customized version of this receipt and batch entry screens, AR and AP receipt, payment batch, payment entry screens. So the screen can be opened directly from the batch list. Let's say that I'm going to make a new payment entity, and I will select the vendor. If the vendor does not belong to any settlement group, then no information will be shown. But if I select vendor belonging to that group, then on the top right side, you will see that it belongs to a custom settlement group number 4, and the total of the balance of customers belonging to that group in 2 currencies are shown here, in vendor currency and in functional currency. In our case, it is the same currency, Canadian dollar. In Canadian dollar, the amount is shown here. Similarly, if I open the customized AR receipt entry screen and select the customer, I will be able to see the amount of the settlement group vendors here. Similarly,